Hello and welcome back to another video. Now in this video we're going to be talking about something that I'm coining CEX voucher paralysis. Let's get into it. So what am I talking about? Well, to put it very simply, I've got a sizable CEX voucher. I don't think there's any arguing against that anymore. Sitting at around £350 and I don't really know what to do with it. Like, I have a lot of things on my list that I'd like to use it for, but I don't want that voucher to go to zero, or I don't want to take a huge chunk out of it. It's taken months to attain that voucher. A lot of hard work, testing things, taking chances on things, trying to, get deals and whatever. It's taken time, effort, and obviously my own money. So I don't want to waste it. I want, ideally, be able to use the voucher and get something obviously in really good condition in return, and something that I really want. I don't want to order something and then have to go through a returns process and all that kind of business, because it just puts a down on the situation. So that's where I am. That's how I'm putting it. Now, over the 6 months to maybe a year that I've been trying to build this, I have been spending bits and pieces before I came back to this channel earlier this year. And I decided, no, I need to build this, stop using it, £3, £4, £5 or £10 here and there on some games, which are probably common enough that I might come across them sometime, or, whether it's vintage or a boot sale or a bundle or whatever it might be, I might come across them where I'm going to be able to pick them up cheaply anyway. They're not going to suddenly spike, hopefully, in price. So I decided to stop that and build the voucher for something more meaningful. Now, my very first thought behind this was my wife wanted a PS5. Now, she only wants that for the sake of having something new and shiny, but she wanted the latest VR, for example. But that's the console plus the VR. So I told her that, that's probably well out of budget, unfortunately. And whilst I have got enough voucher to buy almost a PS5 or a Series X, whatever it might be, I don't think that's what I want to do. There's just not enough out on those consoles, and that'll be another small or short video if I get the time. My thoughts on those consoles and where I'm at with them, and generally my disappointment in them. So forgetting those, so I've attempted to build this voucher, and in my head, if I can double up what I've paid into a voucher, so if I spend £20 and I get £40 in return, that's worth it. That is still investing my own money into it, so it's not like it's for free. So there's still that element of cost to it, but in theory I'm spending less than I would if I would go on to eBay or Vinted or some sort of similar site whereby they have something that I want. Sometimes CEX can be more expensive, obviously. They offer a warranty, they have overheads, they're a business. So I think that goes without saying, really. And sometimes they're pretty much competitive or on the money. Sometimes things on eBay can be more expensive, or they're just that scarce that they're even more expensive. They might come back into stock on CEX and actually be cheaper, and then very quickly go back out of stock again. Now, obviously, there are things that I've traded in that might just be for my collection or sitting around the house anyway, that have not really cost me anything recently. I've not bought them for the sake of trading in for voucher. Or I've bought it or got use out of it, or maybe just decided, I don't want this, and then trade it in. But for the sake of arguments, I'm going to say that I've probably not quite doubled up on everything on average. Let's just assign a monetary value to it. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I certainly haven't kept track of that enough to know. But that £350 voucher also, let's assign a £200 real world value to that. I don't think I put that much into it to build that voucher from having things sat around the house, but for the sake of argument, for the sake of assigning a value to it, not quite double up. So let's say £200. So that's a lot of money, and I want as much as possible back from that money. I want it to work for me. I want to have things that are going to have value, that ideally are going to go up in value. I don't want to waste it and then have something that is then half the price in a year's time. that's, whilst I may get some use and enjoyment out of it, that'll be annoying, right? We're in the business of buying things that are almost retro now. They're a couple, maybe even 3 or 4 or 5 generations old in terms of gaming. It would be nice if they attained value. So you get something in good condition, you keep it in good condition. So there's a few items on my list that I'm just like, they've been churning around in my head for the last couple of weeks now. Should I just press the button on something before Christmas and just it turns up when it turns up? What do I do? Now, it's all PlayStation at the moment for the most part. There's nothing Xbox, which has had a C in on this list. It's all PlayStation. So I've just picked up that silver PS3. That was a good deal on Vinted. That was half the price of getting it discounted on CEX. That was something that I was willing to do. And I got a nice controller out of it. So definitely less than half the price there. But on that I want list would be the red PS3 and the white PS3. Now, they are both incredibly attractive offers discounted. I believe they're both less than £100 last time checking, which was around a week or two before Christmas. I believe the red one was £98 and the white one was £85, which I think is in and around the same price as a normal PS3 with the same slim and the same hard drive size, which is really bizarre. And much less value than an unboxed price where you just get the matching controller with them. Now CEX do now, I don't know if they always have, they do list a grading. Down below, if you scroll down, there is like a grading table now. To be fair, a discounted console might not be trashed, right? Ultimately, they shouldn't be taking in consoles that are damaged. They may have marks, scratches, discolouring on them, or they might be mint condition, but they're not being traded in with the matching controller, therefore they're automatically discounted. So there is an element of, would you call it gambling or a roulette, to CEX roulette in the most traditional sense. And that's been really tempting. I could get both of those easily and not eat that much into my voucher. I'd take up half my voucher. I could easily do that. And they might both turn up and be in excellent condition and excellent. I'm well in. I can just order the controllers separately or find them along the way. And then I've got the matching controller for them. That would be really nice. Or they might turn up and, for example, the white one, there's probably a big chance of that being discoloured. You know, if it's not looking real nice and pristine on top, at least, I might be tempted to take that back and return it. Now, that shouldn't be a deal breaker or a big issue. They offer a 5-month warranty. They offer a 5-year warranty. And now, because it's Christmas time, they're offering returns until the end of January anyway. So it's probably the best time to get something should I want to return it because I'm not quite happy with the condition or the roulette's not gone as well as I'd hoped it would. So I've been so close to getting a red one, just because it's under £100. And it even states, the grading states, by the way, that the PS3, PS4, at the very least those two, they have to come with an official controller. So you're gaining an official controller anyway, a DualShock 3 or maybe just a 6-axis. Whatever's got that official PlayStation button, because you need to set the console up, and that's what you need. A third-party one might not cut it. So you can automatically just go, oh, I'll just trade that in, thanks. I've got a couple of just the black DualShock 3 sat there right now. I've got a red one and a blue one. I can just go, brilliant, thanks. You know, it should be in trade-worthy condition, right? I think that's £16 voucher back, or £12 cash. So again, take £12 off of 85 for a white console, or £12 off of 98 for a red console. That's a pretty good deal. That's just making the deal better. So I'm talking myself into it right now. I'm gonna maybe not order, a day before Christmas or a day after Christmas. That feels like there might be some sort of mix-up or muddle-up. So maybe when they're back open again, I'm not sure how busy they're going to be of influxes of orders over Christmas, probably vary. But that's why I'm out with that one, for example. But then there's a much bigger ticket item, which is much newer, which I would like, which is the Death Stranding PS4 Pro. And I really want that. I think that's currently sitting in around £20 or £30 more than just a typical white Pro. But that controller is unique, and the console is unique. I think the top layer are white, and the middle layer is black, and then you've got that black handprint, which is really cool. And certainly an edition which I see gaining value. I have no idea how rare it is, or how many are in the company, but I think Unbox are 200 and Box are 220. Now that's a huge chunk, that's more than half. I'm having an R-ring, is it going to come down, or is it going to increase? I think it's just gone up £10 or £20 recently, I think. So I don't know if that's going to come down. I don't think it will. If it goes, it might go down to 180. I don't think it's going to go down below 150 ever. I think it's just going to start gaining again. Whether it just sits still, I don't know. I don't know enough about the value. I've not been in the game for long enough to know what something's going to do. Right? It's not that old. They're probably 4, 5, 6 years old. The Death Stranding one at least. So I'm holding off that at the moment. The VR was super cool when picked up a few months ago, or a couple of months ago, for my wife. She tried it out and everything. I'm still trying to hunt down Star Wars Squadrons. It has not been in local stock for ages. It's only like a £4 game, but I really want to try that. I think that'll be excellent in VR. But we kind of gone off it. We've just put it away. My wife got kind of motion sick trying to play Skyrim for like half an hour. So we put it away for now. It's a big mess of cables, so it's easier just to put it away and forget about it for now until we have the urge again. So yeah, that's where I am with my voucher. I know some channels will go, here's the voucher we've made, let's blow it all kind of thing. In theory, I should just be able to do this again next year, right? If I'm willing to put that money in, I should be able to build a voucher. So I'm kind of treating it as something which I don't want to lose. Taking time, effort and money to build this. Yeah, I was trying to keep this short. I've probably got off on a ton of tangents, because for the most part there's probably not going to be any inserts in this video to keep you entertained, but I think I am going to press the button, pull the trigger on something. There's a few Mega Drive games which I'd like, not huge value. I'm trying not to be pulled into other areas. I'm just concentrating on that PlayStation area right now. I would like several variants of the DualShock 3s as well. And in my recent shorts, I was Googling limited edition PS3s, and there's a lot of different variants and skins of PS3 Slims that CEX don't even list. I think there's like a titanium blue and a aqua splash or something like that. There's a few that are really, really nice. I wouldn't mind the, titanium blue. God knows how rare they are. Or like a Final Fantasy 13 limited edition, which is the white one with some graphics on. I think that's a Japan only, but I saw it. I think it came up on eBay. I think it was from Japan. I just saw it. I thought, wow, that's amazing. I want that. Don't know how much it was, probably 150, 200 quid. Too much for me to just order, that's for sure. But again, that's where my head's at with it. Comment below, is there anything that you're going through at the moment? Do you just blow the voucher, assuming you do build a voucher like I am? Do you just use a voucher as and when it comes? I find it so difficult to be laser focused on that one thing, especially for a long period of time when you're trying to do something like this. So it's a case of I will spend some and we'll see where we go. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, thank you.